Voyager fame. I'm a Virginia girl at heart. I'm a wife, a mother, an author, and civility and event professor. One of my greatest joys is sharing ways that we can grace our homes and communities with love, kindness, goodwill, and hospitality. What I have come to know is that in order to share and love on people that I come in contact with, I must focus on my heart by consciously making an effort to practice daily routines that nurture and infuse my soul with joy, peace, and love. This in turn allows me to feed and love on my family and community. When I am at my best, I can give my best to everyone that I come in contact with. Heart, home, and community is the core of Gracing Up. So please come join with me as I walk through this journey as I share this art of gracious living. So now we're here with the co-founder of Touching Heart, Helen Yi, and I am so happy to be here with you.
Same here.
I remember the first time that we met and you were doing a presentation for Wings, and your message just so touched my heart, and it stood out for me, wanting to share and help young children to understand the importance of giving back to their community and to the world. So tell me all about Touching Heart and just how it got started.
Okay, well, thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
So as you know, Touching Heart, our mission is to inspire kids to have a giving heart.
Okay.
We want to instill compassion and kindness and empathy in them at an early age so that they can be compassionate leaders. You know, Touching Heart believes that, you know, they are the leaders of the next generation.
Right.
And it's important that we teach them the importance of helping others.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? That is, just for the audience, that is the mission of Gracing Up. It's about your heart, home, and the importance of community. Because we have to be each other, the brothers keepers for each other. So it's so important just to kind of be in that mindset. And it's such a blessing that you're able to take that to the young children to show them that. So tell me, how did this get started? Where did it, all birth from?
Yeah, and I love that too because, I just feel like really end of the day is just really connecting and just making a difference and just to serve. Like that's sort of our model.
Yeah.
So it all sort of started when my daughter was turning 13.
Okay.
She's in college now, which is like scary.
Time goes by fast.
I know.
Yeah.
She was telling me she's gonna be 21. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she was having a birthday party.
Okay.
And she said, Mom, we have a lot of stuff. So is it okay if I ask my friends if they can donate to a local charity of their choice in lieu of a present? And I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So when we did it, we had such overwhelming responses from the parents and kids saying that they loved giving. They gave money to animal shelter. They helped out. And that's where the idea came. And we said, you know what? I think kids can make a difference. Okay. And when you give, you get that joy
That's
of giving.
That's the best joy ever. It's like of the giving.
Yeah. It's like it's a gift that you give to yourself.
Right.
And we said, you know what? Let's just go for it. So then we and this is so funny. So then we're like, okay, let's come up with names. So we went to the domain and then we looked up touchingheart.com and it was available.
See, that's when you know, right?
How is that available?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, God, this is all meant to be. So we got the domain, we had the website, and just initially we just had, just kids. Just over, I will go to schools, and it was just all about awareness. Okay. It was about just bringing awareness of what the world looks like. Because we have so much, and we wanted to just share with them, like outside of U.S. and inside of U.S., there's so much need. Right. And then once we brought awareness and we're talking to kids, they just wanted to do more.
And they gravitated to the thought process. Yeah.
And then they were inspired, and then they kept saying, Mrs. Z, okay, what can we do?
Right.
And that's where, the idea was, what? Kids truly, do make a difference.
Right.
So, and a lot of times they're like, oh, let's sort of, dismiss teenagers or kids. But they're the one who really, they have the purest heart.
Yes.
And I love working with them,
I'm sure. So tell me, okay, so when you first initially started, you were going, when you took it from like your daughter's friends and then you said, okay, let's expand this out. So what did you do? Well, how was that?
Yeah, and then that's sort of the time, so my grandmother, I don't know if you know the story. So my grandmother has started an orphanage after the Korean War.
Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up listening to her stories of just amazing kids, and she also was in real estate, so she sold part of her land and built 4 schools. Wow. She built 2 girls' schools and 2 boys' schools, because back in the day, the boys and girls can go to school together.
Okay.
So she did, middle school, high school for boys, and middle school, high school for girls. And she educated all the orphans, and she just, I was so inspired by my grandmother, so she's like my hero.
Well, and you know what's in my mind when you're saying that too, is that you had the example in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's important for us as parents, that we show them examples of, how do you give back? How do you show compassion? How do you show empathy for others? And it starts from us and it goes into them. So keep telling the story.
So I felt like, God has sort of put that seed in me at an early age. And so I always had a heart for orphans. And then my dad's also a pastor. So, just going to church and, we do a lot of, giving back. And I love that, I love that. And I just sort of, came to a point in my life where I was working, in the IT for like, 18 years or so. And it was a big decision, but, with Taylor's ideas and just everything else, I just say, you know what, this is the time. I'm just gonna follow my passion, take that
leap. That was huge.
Just, of course, I told my husband, and he sort of looked at me like, economy sounds so great. I'm not sure why you want to quit your job. But you know what? I just have to, you live once, right? You gotta try it,
and you've got to walk in it. And so when you understood that this is what you were supposed to do, it's like some people can stay in that fear mode. It's like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. But what I've seen, because we have the Wings Foundation, you have really taken your foundation to a whole great level, with your leadership. And so now you're the executive director as well.
I am the executive director.
And so who knew? But that you were able to do all that.
Yeah,
so.
and I have no nonprofit experience whatsoever. Although I think all my business sort of skills did help me. But you know what? I pray and I sort of follow the lead, and what? The touching heart is not my calling. It's really God's calling. So I just feel like if I was to follow Him, like things will happen, and that's exactly what happened.
And it falls into place when you're doing what you're supposed to do.
He just provides. Like everybody. You know what I mean?
So because you came and you did some, we worked together at George Mason. And we brought you, and the kids worked together in my civility class. So that was huge to be able to bring that. But then you spoke up in New York at NYU. Recently. So what do you do? Tell me about those type of programs when you're doing that up there.
So once we inspired kids, and they were wanting to do so much more. So we started a program called Kids on a Mission. So Kids on a Mission is a program where kids fundraise to help other kids in need. So because a lot of times they want to do more, but they don't have the money, or they don't have the marketing resources. So we will pay for the venue. We will provide a coach. And we will literally sit with them and they sort of project manage the whole event together. And they would say, I love baking, or I love to play basketball. So it's really a kid-led event. Doing stuff that they want to do.
And then you're kind of like that background support.
The background support with the budget, and we'll pay for the venues. So whatever they raise, 100%, we will match it, and then we'll give the 100% to the cause. And it's really important for them to see where the money's gone, so they can see a full circle.
That's important. So tell me this. So you take that program from the elementary school age children, and then and you're doing it at the college age as well.
So it's just sort of start, and it's all ages really. So of course, if they're high schoolers, we do a bigger project versus like maybe elementary kids. But we done over 70 kids-led events. And then I think within 5 years we hit the $1 million mark, which is amazing.
So that's amazing. That's amazing. Right? It's like, that's one of those thank you God moments, because it's like when it's bigger than you, and so that's awesome.
This is, I was thinking, I'll start this little nonprofit with my daughter, But then it's just people just came and people just helped, and they were. it's just really resonated with a lot of people.
Right.
You know, I think the mission really resonates and speaks to a lot of kids and parents.
Because
you know?
and I'm sure sometimes you're walking through life and you're going from that day to day and you're forgetting about the people to your left and right, but you're trying to survive on your own.
Yeah.
But I think that no matter where you are, you have that ability to give, even if it's a kind word, whatever it is, you can give something to people.
Yeah.
So what has been your feedback? So as you know, have you done these programs from like different elementary schools?
It's been
So what has been some of the feedback?
So the Kids on a Mission has been so awesome that we actually launched another program called Schools on a Mission. That's where the feedback from the kids and the parents saying, you got to bring this to school.
Wow.
So now we're in, like 10, 11 schools. And then that's why I was in New York, because we are launching a after school program in Brooklyn.
Wow.
And I was invited to speak at NYU. And then we have a lot of partnerships, and we're also doing a lot of Kids on a Mission in New York. So we're, in the process of opening of a chapter in New York, which is so amazing.
So do people, are they coming to you like to say, we heard what you're doing? Wow.
It's just word of mouth. And that's what I love, because I feel like, because I wanted to be true to myself and just grow this in a way that is really organic.
Right.
Really organic, and people are really coming because of their heart.
Right.
And they see the impact. So it's been pretty
beautiful
amazing.
stuff.
Yeah.
So in your transition from coming into the corporate world, starting your nonprofit, have you had like glitches or moments you're like, okay, what am I doing? How did we get here? Because I know that every day it's not like the sun's shining and we're like, woo, skipping down.
No,
but but it still could be shining depending on how you walk through it. But so have you had any things that are kind of like, oh, what are we doing?
I mean, so most days are awesome.
Right.
But there are days I'm like, oh my goodness, like, why am I doing this? But for the most part, the heart and the kids really sustain me. It really sustained me. And I look at the pictures, I see the impact.
Right.
And I see that, like, I see my mom, like my grandmother's spirit, like one spirit of kindness seed in me. Like my grandmother literally have impacted over 15,000 kids.
Wow.
So that.
And just think that your generation, for yourself. The impact. How many kids are you getting? That you're in the midst of it.
Right. Because you don't really know, because it's really unmeasurable.
Right.
So
what a blessing.
Yes.
And it's not even the kids; it's the parents and people that see what you're doing all in the community.
It's just I love that. So so the transition obviously wasn't as bad, but there are days that I sort of missed, like doing my corporate, you know what I mean? Sometimes dressing up, I
get it. I get it.
But I miss that. But I'm so glad that I actually did the whole corporate America first, because our biggest sponsors are from the community.
And then you understand that area. And I always say that how God puts us through these places where you never know. So why am I working here? What am I doing? But He's building us for that next space and place where He's leading us to. And He has blessed you, and He's blessing touching heart, and it's such a beautiful thing. And I tell you that it totally spoke to me about what you all are doing too.
Thank
so
you.
It's a beautiful blessing.
And I just want to give glory to God every day, because this is not me doing. This is just everybody else coming together. It's such a so blessing from God, you know what I mean?
No, I get it. So you all do, not to finish what you were saying, I'm sorry, because I get so excited, but you all are doing a fundraiser. You do different fundraisers, and you have a big golf
we have a golf tournament that we have every year, so that sort of helps, sort of keep us operational. We have a golf tournament in June for us at Lansdowne. So this is our 7th golf tournament.
Wow. So where is it this year?
At Lansdowne.
Okay, Lansdowne.
So we have, it's on Friday. And Daryl Green will be there, and Ken Harvey and Angie Golf is going to be emceeing again. So they're just huge supporters for us.
So how can people support you, and how can they find you?
So they can come and they can volunteer that day. They can come, play that day. And we are always looking for auction items to support us. So that's our biggest fundraiser. But then we also have this Friday, we have Wrinkle in Time, the movie that's coming out.
Oh, nice.
So kids are raising money to help the foster care kids. So it's going to be at Reston Town Center at 7 o'clock. And then on March 17th at Smokehouse Live in Leesburg. So we're doing a singing contest.
Oh, nice. So you do fun things that the whole community can be a part of.
Family and kids can come. And these are organized by kids.
Okay.
Which is that's what's
Wow.
even better.
Yeah.
You know, so they will come and they will do a speech and they do like raffle items and they do all kinds of fun stuff. So it's really inspiring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what, you know, if when you think about work, okay,
Yeah.
if I have to get up and do something every day, you want to do something that you love, and it's impacting the world.
Yeah.
And what you're doing, it's totally impacting the world. And I'm so
you.
thankful for your whole program
thank
and
you.
all the good stuff that you all are doing.
I do love it. It's never work. I mean, I'm literally on 24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, not because I have to, just because like I'm always thinking of ideas. I'm like, what about this idea? What about that idea? And then like my husband's like, put the phone down.
Relax,
I know.
relax.
Yeah.
But you are on a mission to do wonderful things, and you're doing wonderful things. And so we're so thankful for who you are in the community, and we just send you so many blessings. And thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you.
One last thing that I want to ask you is if there's any nuggets or anything that you can share with that lady or woman or man that's sitting at home that it's in their heart to do something to impact the community. How would you encourage them to take that leap of faith?
You know what? I just say, you know what? Just do whatever you can within your reach.
Okay.
You know, because I think a lot of people it's looking for this big, this thunder, this calling.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like this for me either. You know, it started out with just making sandwiches at the homeless shelter. It started out with just buying coats at the thrift shop, and then I would just go to like a day labor, and it started out little by little,
right?
And then those little steps will help you guide to a path that that you're sort of on your purpose-driven life.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So,
that's so beautiful. So thank you so much, Helen Yi and Touching Heart, and we love you all.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for joining us with Gracing Up, and be blessed. Thank you.